I filmed for an entire week starting on December 1st, that was a Tuesday, until Monday the 7th. And it has taken me like more than a week to voice over this video. I was attempting to film everything that I do in a day, and I was pretty good starting from the morning and throughout the day and bits and pieces of the afternoon, but I kind of kept forgetting to film like most nights and the things that I was doing. So by the second, third, fourth day, I think I started to sort of film different parts of my day so that each part of the film wasn't always the same thing. I usually like to make the kids' beds every morning if I get the chance. I try and make my own as well. I think it makes the rooms just look a little bit tidier for the day. We always do our calendar though. I think on this specific day I was changing the season, and I just use this as a way to educate the kids on days of the week and months of the year, the seasons. I'm always doing 2 loads of washing. I try and fold as it comes out, and I always try to get the school clothes ready for the next day. Bub just has a bit of a feed before school drop off and 20,000 times a day after that. So I always get her dressed of a morning. I try and do it so Kynan will go and get himself dressed. I will dress the baby. I will help and assist with Tayden. I'm making some lunch orders here. Some days they get a lunch order and some days I just make their lunches at home. Depends if their canteen is open. Every morning we have to do Skylar's bird's nest of a hare. She was really into the plats. This is crazy school drop-off. Never have any fuel, so no surprises there. Always feel like I'm stopping at the fuel station, it's only just like a couple of doors down from my house. So school drop off, having a little catch up with friends before we go in the gate. Tayden needed a blood test that day, so we went and had the blood test done. Then we went to Kinder Gym. We actually found out that Tayden was low in iron about the week later, so we've got him on a supplement now. I think he wasn't really enjoying the Kinder Gym because he was, out of energy as well, but hopefully the start of next year he'll be fine, ready to go. I had to go back to the doctor's before school pickup that afternoon. After school pickup we come home, we always put lunch boxes in the kitchen, shoes away. Dad comes home from work and Alira is always waiting for him. Kynan goes to trampolining of a Tuesday afternoon. I drop him off, I come back, I usually bath the baby. Sometimes if I have a chance I will shower Tayden and Skylar, but other times they're just outside on the trampoline. I think this specific day I might have actually showered them. Yeah, there we go. I picked up Kynan, had a bit of a chat to him about trampolining, and we headed to Hungry Jack's for dinner. I had to go and pick up some miniature elf things. That was fun, using those. The kids were like, oh, did they get them from the North Pole, Mummy? Went to Aldi, got probably fresh bread and milk, I'd imagine. Came home, made lunches that day. Went outside, watched a storm for a little while. I think that was one of the ones that it was just gone and done, dusted in a few moments. On to the next morning, and I was going to say, actually, I have either a cup of tea or a hot Milo pretty much every morning before I do anything else. get breakfast started for the kids after that, move on to my first load of washing. I'll get dinner out as well if I know what I'm having. So first load of washing is always the towels. I do my towels, I hang them out, and I come back later and I do the clothes. Our washing machine is a dryer as well, so if I need to use that, I will. And I did a lot during that lockdown period and learning from home. That was a lifesaver. So back to the calendar. You'll probably notice that we don't have the day, the February, the month for that on there. So I need a new one of them. And I need a new magnet for number 4 as well. Skylar jumping into school clothes. Connor jumping into his school shoes. Bub having another feed before school drop-off. Getting Skylar's hair done again. I really need to learn how to part hair if anyone wants to teach me how to do that one. Back to my second load of washing. I know that I usually move on after this to folding clothes if I get a chance, but it depends on how much actually comes out of the dryer as well. Getting Bub dressed again. She was dribbling a lot that week, so that was leading up to that was her leading up to when she got her first tooth. So if I'd only known that all of that dribbling was actually for a reason. She's so curious. Look at her. Getting ready for school drop-off again. I went to Aldi that day, so sometimes I order my groceries online, have them delivered, but I specifically went to Aldi for a couple of things, but I was after a lot of Christmas stuff. So Christmas paper, bonbons, Christmas, like craft box, the letters to Santa, which they did later in the week. I got the elf to bring them. I'm pretty sure I put the baby to sleep for a bit after that, and I come back to check out the stuff that I got from Aldi. I picked up some of those like $2 Christmas tags as well. And I found some books at Aldi that week that were like 99 cents. So I picked up 10 of them, and I thought, well, I could just share them out between the kids. They're all just going to go on the same bookshelf anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I knew there was heaps there that my kids didn't have. And, yeah, it's just always, a good present to add there with Christmas. Tayden and Alira spent some time playing with our singing Santas, dancing Santas. We have like I think we have a Christmas tree, we have a sleeping Santa, and we have a Santa with a dog, maybe. Could be a reindeer, I'm not sure. But they really like them. They love playing with them. I think later that day I did the folding because I didn't do it that morning. So our kids know that if I have been folding them, they have to come in, take their pile and pack them away. I had to go to the school that afternoon, pick up the book packs for the kids, and I did get the hard copies of their school photos in the mail that day. I'm going to wait until all the back to school stuff comes out and contact wrap those books. This is the afternoon that I recorded Alira's reaction to seeing Gary come into the backyard. You can see where her eyes meet up with Gary and she smiles at him. I made chicken curry pasta for dinner that night. I actually remember that was a really hot afternoon too. Here are the kids doing a couple of backflips off the lounge before bedtime. So nothing new going on around here. On to the next morning, and I'm waiting for the kettle to boil once again. Dishwasher is always done at night time, so when I wake up in the morning, they are the clean dishes and I can pack them away or use them as needed. Moving on to my calendar, talking to the kids about, you know, the weather and the date and the days of the week. Back to the washing. Quite boring, actually. I think now that I'm spending time over voicing this video, I start to realize just how boring each day is, or how repetitive it really is. This was the morning that Skylar wanted a Elsa hairstyle, so we did try. Alira was absolutely covered in dribble, so we were getting very close to that first tooth coming through. Changed her outfit before school drop off. I often do. I think it depends. I do try and get it dressed most mornings. This was an argument about who was going to get in the car first, and I mean, kind of got in there, so Tayden and Skylar had a fight about that. This little guy got delivered in the mail. It's one of those little Among Us. It's something that some popular game at the moment. Kynan's really into it, and I thought I would give it to him as a birthday gift. Vacuuming. Look, I didn't film every single time I vacuum, because otherwise that would be the entire video, because I vacuum about 700 times a day. This is the second bauble wreath that I have done. This one's a lot smaller than the first one I completed. I didn't think it looked right, so I added some tinsel to it, and I loved the end result of that. I've finally got that one hanging up now, but I don't know where I'm going to put the first one that I made. And if you haven't seen them, they are posted on my Facebook page. Having a play with Alira. I think this might have been the day that I couldn't get her down for a sleep, but it does make sense, like I said, as she was cutting that first tooth. So no sleep required. Kynan, I was going to call him Tayden. Kynan learnt sign language Merry Christmas. Our shopping did get delivered from Woolworths, and then I went to Coles anyway, but I was looking for chocolates for teacher gifts. So, actually this was the afternoon that I went to Kmart as well. So I went to Kmart because I was after the Christmas lay-by for the kids, but I had to pick up some other stuff. It was late one, so I got some hot chips for the kids for dinner. Mucked around with the elves, so I didn't film this every single time. I just grabbed it every so often and popped it into the video. Next morning, having a hot Milo. I had to go back to number 4. There we go. Yeah, I'd lost the magnet for it. Back to my washing. I had to go back to Kmart and actually fix the lay-by, because on the Thursday afternoon I didn't get one of the packages, so I went back. That's doing lunch orders again. So I always talk to the kids about what they want to have, and we can, you know, do like a little bit of a math session in the morning, adding up the prices of stuff and coming to the total. Back to Skylar's hair. Folding. So halfway folding. This was a card that Kynan gave to his teacher. I thought it was interesting because it wasn't like one of those cards that you open, you just flip it from front to back and it lights up on the front, and then you can handwrite on the back of it. So we gave him that, and we gave him some chocolates and like a little Christmas tree decoration. It was like number 1 teacher or something like that on it. That's the Kmart package that I had to get from them. I did have some sneaky Alid snakes. No surprises there for those who know me. Went for a walk to Aldi that day. So I pretty much live at Woolworths, Coles, Aldi, Kmart, and that's my life. I like shopping. Mum bought down a bag of donations for the Christmas raffle at the kids' school. So we bagged all of that up. That was a hot afternoon because I have a frozen Pepsi. I usually love my frozen Cokes. We did Christmas card writing in the air conditioning that afternoon. We had the whole candy cane and stickers and name lists and everything happening there. Oh, that's the night that the elves bought the letters to Santa. So the kids did them the next morning on the Saturday morning. I was awake before I think Kynan and Skylar were the only ones in bed on the Saturday morning, and the dishwasher fairy came, so that was fun. Sometimes we have there's Kynan sleeping and Scarla. So we have a situation, and it's not really consistent, but we do have a thing where the kids alternate who will put the dirty dishes in, who will bring the clean dishes out. I don't let them deal with the washing machine, but they will go and fold the clothes, and they will pack their own clothes away as well. Having a play with the kids in bed. I do really like long Saturday mornings. So we sat down and wrote the Santa letters out. I loved Skylar's first sentence because she said, "Could I please have?" And no one asked her to do that. So if you know her, that is definitely not something she would say on her own. So I was very surprised that she wrote that. Kynan's writing has definitely improved. And Tayden was drawing pictures to Santa Claus. We did have a little letterbox given to us from the elves, so they got to post them the next day, I think. Might have been the next day that they actually posted them. And there are some letters coming from Santa back to the kids. That's on the to-do list. Skylar had a birthday party to go to that Saturday. It was at laser tag. She definitely found out that wasn't her thing, but at least she gave it a try. Alira was taking a little sleep. I don't think she slept for long because she was awake for the majority of the time we were at the party, actually. That afternoon, the 3 older kids went and slept at a grandparent's house. They often do on a Saturday night. This is us talking to them in the front yard when they're getting picked up. I think it's really good for them because they have that chance to be able to make memories. I have a lot of really good memories of sleeping at my grandma's house. Tayden still thinks I'm taking a photo of him. We always stand out the front and give Alira that chance to be able to wave goodbye to them. She really becomes, quite confused as to why they're going or where they're going. So as she gets older, she'll understand more, I guess. Got some kebabs for dinner because it was just Gary and I. And of course, I started eating it before I remembered I was filming. And I wrapped Saturday night. So Saturday night I got through all of Skylar's presents and all of Alira's presents, and I just left everything out. The scissors, the wrapping paper, sticky tape, everything. So this one's a Sunday morning, making this Marlo, and I might have done some washing first actually. Yeah, I did. I did some washing first, and then I came back and wrapped up Tayden's presents. But by the time I was finished doing them, I didn't have time to do Kynan's. So I've still got to do Kynan's, and I've still got to do his birthday presents, but I will get to it. I just have so many options of the wrapping paper. I think after after I had a play with Alira doing the wrapping paper, she was just pulling it apart, destroying it. After that, I think it was a hot day actually. So this was the Sunday, and we went to Blacksmiths Beach. We met up with the kids, so the grandparent had taken them out there, and we met up with them. We went out to the beach for a while. It was actually really nice on the beach. It was really calming and relaxing, but it was just so hot out. So that picture was from Skylar and Alira's presents. Alira's starting to get to the point where she doesn't want to wear the hat on her head anymore. So if anyone has a solution to that, feel free to tell me. And Kynan is right into the boogie boards at the moment. So he's always, getting his hands on one of them and taking them to the beach. Skylar is cartwheeling everywhere. So that's all coming from the gymnastics lessons as well. And I understand that I am making a lot of human errors in my voice. So this part is the Monday morning. So this is where it will end on the Monday afternoon. Sometimes I watch the fish when I'm making my Milo or my cup of tea. Some of those fish are so cute. I love fish. I would have moved on to the clothes, I was going to say. So the folding over the weekend hadn't been done, and I was getting to that and getting back to the school clothes as well. So I just leave the piles sit there like that. And then the kids come along and they take them and they pack them away. Back to my washing again. If I don't do this, I can guarantee you that if I miss a day, it will be piled up to the roof. We were early that morning. I remember that. We were early and the kids were like, "Oh, I don't want to go in yet. We're not allowed to do anything until the first bell goes." And I was like, "All right, we'll just wait. Skylar had her Christmas cards to hand out. Tayden and I are doing some reading, so that's definitely nothing new. I've always, taken the time out of each day to be able to sit with them. Every kid, especially if they're not at school, to just take that time with them and read quietly through the day. So Skylar and Kynan do their reading at night time before bed. But when I have a little one in the house, I like to just sit down in the quiet of the day and do some reading with them. Tayden's favourite series is Where's Wally? And as you can tell, he actually knows where they all are. My mum came over and she bought these Christmas baubles customised with the kids' names on them. So they were hand painted, and it's like a little shop up there at Charlestown, like one of those little pop-up store things. So if you head up there, you'll be able to see all of the options and get some made if you like them. I'm going to buy some hooks and just hang them up, I think. And I saved the box as well, so I can put them back in the box. This day, Alira was doing the whole I'm going to stand up on my feet. So she hasn't quite started crawling. She is on her hands and knees and she is rocking back and forth, but she hasn't made movement forward. But she has figured out how, since this filming, she has figured out how to hold on to something and stand onto her feet. So she's just basically doing all of the things at once. I'm just like, in the actual audio of this real video, I'm just like, stop that. Just stop, baby. She's very proud of herself. Petrol station before picking them up from school. I usually do it of a morning, but yeah, I needed to that afternoon. Come home, like I said earlier in the video, we always put our shoes away and we always put our lunch boxes in the kitchen. And then they have a choice of what they want to do, as long as they have outside time first. Skylar got a reading award and Kynan got a sports award that day. Skylar had gymnastics that afternoon and she came out with a ribbon as well at the end. It was stage 2 for her gymnastics class, so she was very proud of that.